Hello and welcome back to Soul Axiom. So apologies for gaps in content, Check out the other videos if you want to know the reasons. I'm not going to keep going on to it because people don't like that. I'll learn. So we're just going to get back into the gameplay and try not to think about it. Right, so yeah, just gameplay and the fun. I don't know how much more of the game there is left. I would assume we haven't got our ship back yet, so there's got to be at least half the gameplay yet. And yeah, we're only really on to the second lot of worlds, so we've got this monkey here. Yeah, it helps if I press W rather than E to walk, doesn't it? So yeah, forgive me if I'm a bit rusty with the controls. We completed the ice world as far as I know, did we? I don't know, we may have died on it. The computer may have even died on us, because that's a problem that we got with the RX 480. We still haven't resolved it. It still seems to crash, and I hope that it doesn't, because it's quite annoying. And yeah, I mean, I spent enough money on the PC and the graphics cards that I don't want to do that. What did that say? I did not catch because I was looking at my other computer at the time. Death is only a gateway. Yeah, gateway to death. Because, I mean, you end up... we stood on the table at the time, or did we just phase through that table like a ghost? Right, we're in a morgue and it's frozen, I'm guessing. There's something green up there. What? We have white powers, I guess. Yeah, we've got new powers, which I'm unfamiliar with. Right, so obviously we got blue. But what do white powers do? I guess just allow us to blow up things. We can turn things to ice. Interesting. We may not have wanted to do that, to be honest. But I mean, let's just smash everything. Hulk smash. Is there a colour that I really should be paying attention to notice that? It's probably the yellow ones, right? And then it opens up, and we've got a glitch cube. Interesting. And a dead body with a light in there. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to go into everything that's going on. Give me another glitch cube. Thank you. That is not a glitch cube, that's more like a sextant. Can I climb into there? It totally looks like I can, and it's C to crouch. The textures also on that, it's a bit weird. It's kind of, I don't know if they've not loaded in right, but that is sort of luminescent, ethereal, non-existent texture worlds. I'm guessing it's meant to be some sort of hard, stable thing and not a vision to the skybox. Or is it just so shiny? But it looks more like it's ethereal because we don't have a reflection. It's hard to tell, but it really does look like it just ethereally passes into the skybox rather than reflecting. But I guess the room is so full of ice that it's also hard to tell. But Wales Interactive, I like the games. I do. I like the puzzles. They're very interesting. I don't know what the point of that was to bring that down, but I guess we will find out. We can't exit through the regular exits. We can't shoot the regular queue. Icicles. I hear you turning on even though we're nowhere near that. Right, so we've got more things, and let's see if we can get into... We can't crouch that low, interestingly. Even though the table's like right there next to it. No, we don't want to return to the whole world. Right. Do you do anything interesting? Nope. Anything in here? Just an open one. Right, so there's a hand and a skull. And you are nothing to me. Great. We're getting the weird blinking from the computer, which means it's steaming and streaming. It causes issues, but that may be like buffering issues that might be a symptom of something going wrong or something recording slightly off. Wait. No, that still is the same words. I thought it said something different from the other angle then. Now that I think about it, I don't think we have completed the other worlds. I see you, cockroach. Get squished. Right, nothing interesting there. Right, we can potentially place more of these. Right, so we've got one of them in there. Freeze him in the eye. And then I guess we'll put the other in there and that will probably turn the fire on. Interestingly, icicles actually turn the flames on in this one, right? So we need one more to activate that one. I doubt the sextant is going to do it, is it? But we'll warm the place up a bit and maybe it'll help us. Right, so that's not the power for that. But I guess, you know, we might not need a power. And just turn the electricity on and shock him! Don't come back to life. You do have a thing for me though. I'll take that, thank you very much. In before he becomes a glitch and starts coming after us. It's because, you know, it's just the themes of this game. Right, so we'll put this in, we'll ignite your fire. Yeah, we'll ignite your fire. Again, I still don't know what left click does. But let's go before we get into trouble. Keeping the eye out for monkeys as well while we're at it, in case there is one, because, you know, law and everything. I am concerned that we will be being followed as well. Right, so we're in the Pencoed Hospital, or, you know, Hospital of Pencoed. We are here. I mean, obviously Wales interactive, so it's Welsh. There's the morgue. There's number 3 over there. There's number 2 back there, which we saw. I guess we want to go to number 1 first, which is going to be locked with purple locks, which are over there. And there's some dead ends. We might go check out the dead end first. Also, we might want to go to that. So I guess this is the way we want to go. Oh, we're in Indelacio, the afterlife center. Oh, maybe we have entered our own body. I don't know. That's not normally what these dream worlds entail. Diet Coke, Cherry Coke, Classic, Orange or Tango? Well, I mean, what have we got? Give me a drink. Let's freeze our coffee. It's a monkey. I've picked it up. I'm ecstatic to report that stage 1 of Persephone is completed. This far ahead is drawn thanks to readings from GD Reader, a device of my own invention, where successfully record and analyse the soul contents and structure extensively. First tested on rapid eye movement dreams in my PhD studies, the GD Reader, which stood for something. George Davis. Oh wow. The George Davis Reader has been adapted to record the very last moments of consciousness in a person's life. It is somewhat similar to the device already in use for a SoulSync program, but much more suited to my working methods, and also, you know, similar. Maybe you're cloning their entire life, or maybe you're cloning their memory in the dreams so that they live in their last days in the dream, much like a death state dream anyway. While wondering, and as far as I'm aware, Mystery's technology simply records memory in dream data. The GD can analyse the internal structure of these data streams to determine their composition within the brain. We've determined that, contrary to the popular belief, the soul is not composed of simple electromagnetic energy, although it does owe a lot of its nature to the body's electromagnetic frequency. No, today we've made a massive discovery in the realm of soul research. The soul, as we know it, is comprised of a type of energy of this unique to nature. I call this Deus energy, after Deus Ex Machina. Today, the real challenge, because Deus is soul, the real challenge begins. I hypothesize that this Deus energy, illustrated clearly in the GD test samples, will need to be channeled through an appropriate conduit at the exact moment of death. This will take the form of some kind of psychic lightning rod, drawing the energy away before it dissipates into the ether. Wow, so you're essentially stealing their soul. But, I mean, you know, also at the same time, if you are capturing their memories and dreams at the exact point of death, it does capture an accurate death dream, which is the death state they will enter into. Even more perplexing is the notion of human test subjects. While it was easy to obtain data from subjects in form GD readings, I doubt it will be easy convincing people to essentially give a scientist free range of their supposedly eternal souls. I approached a research board tonight in the hopes of developing some sort of soul donor program. I sincerely hope this is successful and this will not all be for nothing. Well, I mean, you know, you'd have to get people who don't believe in having souls to really do that, and they would really have to not believe in having souls. Otherwise, you are stealing their souls and, you know, their afterlife. But then, you know, maybe they want to live, and maybe they feel, you know, if you can convince them enough that their soul dissipates to nothing rather than existing on, but also you're trapping them in the limbo of an eternal dream. And that did make me jump, actually. Oh dear. Have we got to sneak up on the owl? He's a night owl, so I guess people... Nope. He did turn around, and it's not movement based. Crouch. I can't tell if he's looking. It sort of looks like he is looking. Turn away, bright eyes. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then you steal my soul. Shit. Ah. We'll come back to bright eyes. We might need something else. Also, I mean, anything that we can interact with in there. It doesn't look like it, but you know, we might not have the power to deal with him yet. So we are here, and there's an owl. Yeah, we probably turn him off to get up there, I would assume. Although this is a very different owl. We can interact with you with blue, right? The owls are perhaps a security system that we need to rotate. What have we got up here? Anything interesting? No. Fresh coffee! John coffee. You know, you'd think the ice power or blasting the owl would have worked, right? This is where we wanted to go. It's a bed, not a shopping cart. How did I walk straight past the door that I wanted to go to? Do you see that blue glow? Yes. There's probably an owl in there. Or emergency services. We can't actually get in there. But we can look through the window. You know, maybe we end up in there later. Oh, that's totally another owl on the lookout, isn't it? Watch out for the owls. Right, can we go in here? Any sort of ethereal glow? I guess we need to unlock it from another way. Right, get our torch out so we can see, because our hands are also torches, effectively. Someone really didn't like the machine over here, did they? Smashing it over. Right. There's a flare, but not a flare for the dramatic. I also heard something clong then. I think something is after us, but not an owl. Also, very similar. We're glitching the game a bit. We are glitching the game hard. We're stuck outside of the physics. Shit. It's propelled me into the ceiling. Oh, look at the skybox. I'm now stuck. Not even crouching is doing anything. Oh my god. You know, it's not too much to ask. And, you know, you have to fully exit the game to get out. Which is unfortunate, which means we have to do all those puzzles again. But I mean, come on. Just a little bit of playtesting might be nice. Thanks for watching. Join us again some more. Goodbye.